I rented us a car. So it's the Ford.
Don't you think Saul Goodman would drive something with a little more flair?
Such as?
And Saul Goodman has an office. Something eye-catching. Good location.
By the courthouse.
Yeah. A cathedral of justice.
Ooh, a cathedral of justice. Okay, yeah.
Hey, what is up? So for this video, I want to talk about yet another sneak peek scene that was released prior to Monday's premiere of Season 6 of Better Call Saul. So this is the third sneak peek scene in total that I've seen. But anyway, getting into it, this scene appears to show Jimmy and Kim eating dinner at a restaurant following the end of their respective days. This conversation picks up with Kim telling Jimmy about a homeless woman who she had to get out of MDC as part of her pro bono work that she now has the time to devote her life to fully ever since she quit Schweigart and Coakley. Jimmy says, following what appears to be a long list of other stories that Kim told that weren't displayed to us in this iteration of this scene, that this must have been the day from hell for Kim, but Kim counters this by saying that this was the best day of her professional life. In my opinion, of course, we can really see Kim embracing her decision to quit her work at Schweigart and Coakley, which she thought really didn't do any good in this world. You know, just doing this corporate law work that doesn't help real people, which she's able to do now, being a pro bono lawyer entirely. The conversation then shifts to Saul Goodman's day, to which Saul, aka Jimmy, tells Kim that he rented a car for both of them because, as I discussed in my previous video in regards to why they are taking a taxi, neither of them have cars anymore. So Saul tells Kim that he rented them a brown Ford Taurus, a very basic, plain, boring car here by all standards. Again, nothing wrong with it per se, but as Kim goes to tell Saul, doesn't Saul Goodman drive something with a bit more flash and pizzazz? There's a sort of back and forth here where they sort of decipher what this could mean, what kind of car Saul Goodman would drive. Of course, we all know, based on the backstory of Breaking Bad, what this car is going to be. A white Cadillac that we've seen teased in the trailer for Season 6 of Better Call Saul. This is then followed up by Kim saying, and Saul Goodman also has an office, to which she describes as would be a cathedral of justice, to which Saul seems very open to and very much in favor of this idea of having an office like this, to which they then say that they'll look for an office on Saturday, thus ending this sneak peek scene. So yeah, again, this sneak peek scene here really setting up plot details that we know have to occur based on the backstory of Breaking Bad of Saul Goodman's car, as well as his office, both which were key staples in Saul Goodman's life in the plot of Breaking Bad. That being said, I definitely think that now, based on this conversation, it seems to me that the scenes that have been teased so far of Jimmy and Kim at a trailer, which also displayed to us the 30-foot tall inflatable Statue of Liberty, I believe that maybe this is where they're going to sort of look at potential buildings they could lease or buy for Saul Goodman's office. I also discussed in a previous video how this storyline is likely going to display to us the backstory and genesis behind the Statue of Liberty on top of Saul Goodman's office in the plot of Breaking Bad as well. But yeah, for me, the big takeaway in this scene here is that it really makes me think about the statement that Peter Gould made prior to the release of Season 6 of Better Call Saul, where after watching this season, you're going to think about Breaking Bad in a completely different light. And even after this scene alone, I really am in respect to who Saul Goodman was, because it's really interesting to know that it appears, at least from this scene, that Kim Wexler played a huge part in crafting this Saul Goodman persona that we saw displayed to us in full force in the plot of Breaking Bad, where it seems as though she was the one pushing Saul to drive a flashy car and to have a cathedral of justice office, as she says in this scene. And it's pretty amazing to think, in my opinion, how even at the start of Season 6 of Better Call Saul, just how different this person, this Jimmy or Saul, whoever this is, We don't even really know what's going on in his head, but to think that even at this point in time, there's really not this desire for him to buy this flashy white car. He just rents another car, a Ford Taurus, a very basic car like a Suzuki Esteem. There was no innate desire for him to do so. And it was really more the pressing of his wife, Kim Wexler, that appears to cause this change in Jimmy's persona. And like I've talked about in many previous videos, it does appear to be in many respects a persona that Jimmy is putting on in this Saul Goodman character. Additionally, in respect to this, due to the fact that we never saw Saul Goodman in the plot of Breaking Bad outside of him facilitating Walter White or people associated with Walter White, such as Jesse Pinkman or Mike Ehrmantraut or even sometimes Skyler, we never saw Saul Goodman home alone away from the office. We only saw him in the context of him working. So I'll be very curious to see, and I know we will see without a doubt, we will see Saul Goodman alone at home, away from the office, which could display to us an entirely different perspective of this person who we initially saw in the plot of Breaking Bad. And like I've discussed again and again in all of my videos, this nuance and this seemingly immense gradual change that needs to take place over the course of 13 episodes, where even in the first episode, I'm still shocked to see just how different this person is compared to the person we first met in season 2 of Breaking Bad talking to Walter White. Again, I really don't know what to expect and how exactly this nuance and change is going to be displayed to us on screen next season, but I absolutely cannot wait to see, as well as I absolutely cannot wait to see what Kim Wexler's role will be in all of this, in respect to the fact she was nowhere to be found in the plot of Breaking Bad. So yeah, again, this scene right here really just makes me think of just how complex this plot is heading into next season, how there's so much that needs to be told in seemingly such a short amount of time. I mean, I keep finding myself thinking there's no way that they can tell this entire story in 13 episodes. But maybe I'm just being pessimistic here. And all that being said, I can't wait to see what happens next season. And as always, my name is Anton Jackson. Thank you again so much for watching this video.